Try to tell them we up next, you can't stop that. This your favorite podcast. Every show is lit, baby. You know what we finna do. Slick gon' talk that slick talk, he gon' get political. Okay. Do not switch topics, niggas is toxic. Poppy shots don't always saying something wrong, but if you don't like it, what we saying, nigga, oh well. We try to tell you, baby, this might not go well. This might not go. Hey, that's it. One take. We're not even doing it again. Keep that's the one.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of This Might Not Go Well. Episode 84, we in the building. You already know who it is. It's the host with the most, B Breezy, aka Poppy Sazon.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Slick. How y'all feeling out there?
Yeah. Episode 84. We in the building. You already know how it goes already. Please follow us on all social media at This Might Not Go Well. If you have any branding deals, business opportunities, please email us at thismightnotgowell@gmail.com. Episode 84. Let's do weekly check-ins. How you doing this week, brother?
I'm chilling, bro. Definitely healing from the surgery. Been definitely putting, about to get back ready and go back to work. Vacation almost over. Summer's over. But, just trying to, get myself back into the same groove I was in July before everything went down. But I've been able to get through a couple of audio books. I actually read two this week, actually. As a Man Thinketh and The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. Also started something else. It's called like The 7 Subtle Try. I'll give y'all the actual title after I look at my phone. But been just trying to read more. Trying, get back into a regular routine of things now that I'm not really restricted from what I can really do. And, I've been getting good news from family-related shit. So everything copacetic on this side. How you feeling, bro?
Oh, man. My emotions been all over the place, man, of this last week. There's a lot of good emotions, just a lot of nervousness. I'm transitioning into a new job. So now that, now I'm just, gearing myself up for new and better opportunities. I'm becoming more open with being more transparent with myself and with other folks. So that's a good vibe. And you might hear some of it in our toxic service announcement later on in this episode. But yeah, I'm just being more open with transparency and being, comfortable and getting more comfortable in my skin. Not that I wasn't before. You know me, I'm a conceited when it comes to myself, but just, I guess, maturing in some different aspects of my life.
Happy to hear it. Happy to hear that.
All right, let's get this episode going. First and foremost, I know Rome, I know Southside Jedi's gonna like this though, but happy birthday to the late great Kobe Bryant.
Yes, sir. Happy birthday, King Kobe, man. Man, this is different. I think I've appreciated Kobe so much more as I got older. And as a kid, it was always your favorite player. And he was like number 5. I was a Bron guy. Bron, Dwight Howard, Melo. I used to find every reason I could to shit on Kobe, for lack of better words. But as you get older, you just realize, that man was a monster.
His mindset and how he went about things and the dedication and just the time and effort he put into his craft. And still made time for his family. I'm about to say it. You just gotta respect that, man. And I'm kind of happy on this birthday of his, his family won the lawsuit against the LA County for $16 million for those photos that discussing person took of the crash. You feel me?
It's crazy though. They said that they're encouraged in the LA County Police Department to do that. If a celebrity dies in an accident or gets really hurt, they're encouraged. They have I think I read this correctly. They were they take pictures of the crime scene and make a book or some shit out of it. So that's bad weird to me that y'all trying to profit off people's death type shit. But now y'all got hit for $16 million. So
I'm not even surprised. That's just news to me, but I'm not even surprised in this clout era that we in. And the thing about it, what kind of more pissed me off is how they put some of the dialogue between some of the workers and how they were just kind of nonchalant talking about someone's death it was almost amusing, or just like this man was a son, a father, a husband, inspiration to a lot of people, and they just talked about his death like it was nonchalant. Absolutely. I didn't like that at all. But it's his birthday, so let's not leave it on negativity. Shout out to you, Kobe. one of the greatest Lakers, one of the greatest basketball players ever. And I think now you're definitely getting a lot of flowers.
I say top 5 is definitely a subjective thing, but you got to put Kobe in there just because of what he did. I know sometimes people go by position and whatnot, but talent is talent. That man could do everything on the basketball court and willed some teams that had no business getting as far as they did to where they were to great heights. So shout out to Kobe.
And he proved a lot of people is wrong. When him and Shaq was together, everybody was on Shaq, but then he put the team on his back and he was able to branch out into his own legacy. So shout out to you, Cole.
Big facts.
All right. On to the next one, man. Joe Biden, Sleepy Joe. He buying our loyalty now. I know a lot of people was cursing him out the previous week, but now they over here like, I fuck with Joe. My boy about to give me $10K or $20K if you got the Pell Grant off my loans. I ain't gonna lie, he's swinging the votes with this one. What's your thoughts?
I think that he found a number that people cannot say is a little bit of money, because $10,000 for any middle class and below person is not a small amount of money. But you think about the grand scheme of how much debt college is, especially if people want to go like that dream school, that dream experience, which sometimes is $40,000-$50,000 a year. That's really a drop in the bucket. But I'm glad he did something. Like, I know for like us that stayed in school or went to state schools and things like that, that can be a tremendous help. And I think that we agree as a country, when you see that the financially we're in a recession. They won't say it, but we're basically in a recession. Look at the cost of groceries. Like, you ain't getting shit. Going outside went from $100 to $250 per person. And then you also say we're giving away billions of dollars to other countries to fight wars and address their issues, and we're not taking care of the people at home. So this is kind of like a little like, all right, yeah, I said I was gonna do this, I'm doing it, but it's like you're doing this because it's midterms. You need to maintain power, and it's also kind of like well, yeah, but you gave billions of dollars to people that don't even live here.
Right. And also a lot of people who fail to understand is he gave a final notice of pushing back the deadline to pay to December. So after December this year,
January 1st,
it's no more deadline.
Yeah, so it's basically saying like, yo, take what you can get. I know the the PSLF public service loan forgiveness program. If you paid into like 120 payments or something like that, they extended that to October. So if you are working in something that qualifies, you can go on the Department of Education website and see if your current job applies to that, appeals to that, and you can get money knocked down off of your loans as well. So like I said, there's a lot of different ways to get loan forgiveness, and I think that what we're seeing right now, like I said, prices have increased across the board. The pandemic created a lot of new wealth, and opening the world and war kind of sapped all that wealth and kind of like trying to level out the playing field. It's like the economy is trying to get back into a state of equilibrium. So just, make sure if you can apply. It's $10,000 without the Pell Grant, $20,000 with the Pell Grant. Again, the public service, that should be dropping soon. The public service loan forgiveness, I think it ends in October. So if you work for the city or the state or anything like that, you've been paying or you paid up until, the delay in payments was given. See what you can get. Every little bit counts. And yeah, just like, again, I approve of him doing this. Could we have done something more considering all the money? And there is fear that this is going to possibly mess with inflation even more, but we're already in an overinflated economy. So it's like, fuck it. You feel me?
But I don't really think so, because if niggas don't have to pay back the loans, what you think niggas could spend money on other stuff to help the economy?
It says that, but then you also got to think about with inflation, the biggest thing is that the Federal Reserve is printing more money, but it's losing its value. It's kind of like trading card. Let's think about you play Yu-Gi-Oh before or Pokemon. It's like Pokemon.
Of course.
So Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon, right? The rarer the card was, the less copies in circulation. But then when they keep reprinting it, the value goes down. It's the same thing with money. So they're pumping in, say, 200 million people in the country. If you say 50 million of them have student loans, or let's say even 10 million, and they all getting 10,000, they just created, I'm not the biggest mathlete, but that's hundreds of millions of dollars in terms of like money that's being pumped out, that's being forgiven, that's being wiped away. So you would hope that people are investing, you hope that people are putting into the economy, but the inflation number can go back up. And that's why you see like the stock market is still struggling to recover. Like, you know how to make money in the stock market, you know how to make money. But it's like a lot of people that kind of jumped in during the pandemic, kind of like, oh shit, everything was up. now everything's down. I'm scared. I don't know what to do. You feel me? So it's like a lot of the ways that people were making additional income kind of got hit. And we're going to talk about those PPP loans a little bit later too. But, you know, it's just a lot of money that was pumped out that's not coming back. And that's why you're seeing stuff like I said, you go to groceries, $200, you could have a whole 2 full shelves about 6 months ago, 8 months ago. Now you might just be getting that bottom shelf in the freezer if you're lucky. And that's without buying like chicken and stuff and seafood. Oh, the pescatarians is dying out here.
Yeah, y'all was eating shrimp and lobster, surf and turf. You gotta calm that shit down over here now.
About to eat tuna out the cans.
Yeah, whatchamacallit. And also, please don't let up on him. I think the reason why he was doing that because he saw his ratings. He saw a lot of people. Please don't just forget about it because he gave you a little 10K or 20K. Keep applying the pressure because now is the best time. He looked like he's gearing up for re-election, and this is when you can really kind of like press him to do stuff to win value for us. So continue doing what y'all doing.
And side note, this is how you know it's something's over. Normally, we be starting these podcasts wilding the fuck out. You talking about politics and midterm elections. It's not even September yet. So just understand, when you start seeing that shift and Slick can get political and B dropping political takes and input as well, man, it's almost time for the sun to start going down. Wait, did they cancel their lightsabers, didn't they? Or was that just a rumor?
I think they passed legislation. They ain't doing that no more.
Oh, where? So
he could be wrong. He could be wrong, by the way.
I remember they said something about it. That's why I'm like, well, you know, it's still going to get dark a little earlier. We'll look it up as we continue. But as we move forward, there's been a resolution. Now, what's your
KD take now? Last week you had some harsh criticism for the Brooklyn superstar.
I mean, I think my criticism still stands. I think that it was honestly Brooklyn. They about to remove y'all from the NBA because that's what 3 stars that you have acquiesced to in the last 2 years, 3 years, excuse me. But Kevin, if you have lived under a rock, Kevin Durant has thrown out his trade request. Him and the Nets released a general statement, and it was actually like a petty statement because it was like the owner's wife, Steve Nash, who's the coach and general manager, and they said, "Oh, and Kevin, by the way, we agreed to continue this partnership." And I think at a business, at a job, no matter how well paying it is, they said, "Yo, you're under contract. You haven't even gotten paid from this new contract because the training camp hasn't started. You signed this deal. You trusted us last summer. Things went crazy. Pandemic year, Kyrie thing. We've bended everything that you've asked for. This is a situation that you've created. You're staying." And if you looked at the landscape, there wasn't a fair trade to make. KD could say he wanted to go to Phoenix. All he wanted, Miles Bridges and picks wasn't, and Cam Johnson and picks wasn't getting it done. They can't trade 8 until January. Miami, he said he'd only go to Miami if they kept 4 players, and of those 4, 3 of them would have had to been traded to get him. Toronto wasn't giving up Scotty Barnes. Boston wasn't giving up Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. I did see a trade that I thought about, and I was like, ooh.
I think Sacramento was going for him.
Sacramento probably could have did it. Would he have been happy? Just because you get traded?
No, not at all.
My biggest thing is like, first, my basketball conspiracy. What should have happened? Minnesota, you fucked up the ecosystem with that Rudy Gobert trade. I get it, but if y'all was really that thirsty and y'all had extra picks to give out, I would have called Brooklyn first and said, "Yo, Cat for KD."
But I still don't understand that Minnesota trade. Why out of Rudy Gobert and
Minnesota
Cat
can't
together?
Cat can on offense it works because Cat is probably not just one of the best big man shooters. He's one of the top 15 shooters in the world. Let's keep it a stat. As a big man, he's probably top 2, top 3. But as a shooter in general, he's top 15. Let's call it what it is. So he can post up. He has that in his arsenal. And then when Rudy's not in the game, he can do that. But he's not so much a rim protector. Basically, what they're trying to say is that with Rudy Gobert, the stat with the Utah Jazz that stands out, right? With Donovan Mitchell, they were like 0.01 or net minus 0.01 points better with him on the court without Rudy Gobert. When Rudy Gobert was on the court without Donovan Mitchell, they were still 10 points better than their opponents. So Rudy Gobert on his own in the regular season, he props your team up. He's going to give you at least an additional 7 points produced, considering maybe not from his scoring, but for him stopping the other team from scoring. So you say, okay. And the biggest thing, this isn't for Cat, this is for Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards is, in about a year or two, going to be that guy. Anthony Edwards, this might not go well. Anthony Edwards might be the guard version of Giannis. He's 6'5", he's 225 pounds. already doesn't have fear. There's been videos coming out since he was in 8th grade of him telling niggas when he was ranked like 50th in the country, oh, you're number 3, I'm about to bust your ass. And he did it on the circuit. Niggas have been scared of Anthony Edwards forever. It was just about, well, what is his mental? What is his like basketball IQ? At 21 years old, I don't even know if he's 21 this year. He averaged 23 points, hit 3 threes, got steals, and he's still learning how to play professional basketball. He graded out as one of the top athletes, not just in the NBA, but in all of sports. He's going to be that guy. They have to guarantee that guy wants to stay in Minnesota. He's from Atlanta. Jalen Rose said this the other day. He was like, yo, that's the great part about being home. You can watch sports talk radio when it happens. He said, yo, Minnesota, y'all have to make sure that boy wants to stay. Yes, you have the rights. And then we haven't seen this happen yet because who's going to turn down at this pace $180 million? Anthony Edwards in 3 years could say, you know what? It's cool. I'm going to take my qualifying offer. Pay me $15 million and I'm an unrestricted free agent. And then guess what? I'm going to go run down to Atlanta. They're going to have the money to pay me because they will. And if not, they'll make the trade, right? So you want to make sure that he's good. How do you do that? You give him a chance to win. Will Cat and Towns work out? I don't know. Offensively, it will. Defensively, I don't know. Can Cat guard small ball for us? Probably not. But who's behind him? Rudy Gobert, who's swatting 3 shots a game, who's rebounding 15, 16 rebounds every night. You feel me? It's like, all right, it's a lot of room for error. In the playoffs, will it get wonky? But if you tell me in 2 years when his contract, Anthony Edwards' contract is up, he can be in the conference finals, having a chance to get to a ring, I'll stick around for a little while. You feel me? And Cat just signed a Supermax. Okay, that's nice. I can still trade Cat. Which is why, going back to KD, the original point, I would have really said, all right, I got 3 first-round picks. I got Karl-Anthony Towns, who's a top 18 player, top 20 player. Top 10 if it's fantasy basketball. You know, I win at that. I be knowing who these niggas is. But you know, fuck it. If y'all want to trade KD, that would have been, I know they said they wanted Cat and Anthony Edwards. I'm like, nah, I'll give y'all Cat. I'll give y'all 5 first-round picks. I'll give you, they would have had Cat. Think about it. You would have had Cat. You could have did Malik Beasley. You could have did, whoever out of those 5 guys they traded, they could have gave them like 3. And then picks.
I think they gave away Malik Beasley already.
Yeah, they could have gave away Beasley. But think about that. Kevin Durant for Karl-Anthony Towns. You needed a center. He shoots. Ben Simmons doesn't. Then you throw in Malik Beasley, Patrick Beverly, Vanderbilt, and 3 first-round picks. Right? And then maybe you still call Utah like, hey, I know y'all want to get rid of Rudy. I still got first-round picks I could give up. Because is Rudy worth 5? No. But he's worth 2 or 3.
Yeah, of course.
I could have gave up 2 first-round picks. Tell me this team wouldn't have sounded scary. D'Angelo Russell at the 1. Anthony Edwards at the 2. Jalen McDaniels at the 3. Kevin Durant at the 4. And Rudy Gobert at the 5. Say that doesn't sound fucking scary. If I'm Golden State, I'm shitting on myself. And they probably would have been able to keep a player or 2 that they traded out. And who wouldn't? And would he have been happy? No. But from a basketball standpoint, you got a young guard that can do everything on a basketball court that you can do. Just he's a little shorter, but he's definitely stronger. You got a defensive backfield behind you. And then D'Lo is no slouch either. But KD, he was in a lose-lose situation. He couldn't go nowhere. They could have.
Oh yeah, that's why. The reason why I was just so upset about his trade request was, bro, you just ruined your whole legacy with that. There was already talks on your legacy already, and like if you just won the championship in Brooklyn, all those talks would have vanished. Especially even the Golden State Warrior thing that you did. But now, in my mind, you can never be in the top 5 with me.
I'll say this. If he wins this year or next year, if he gets a championship in the next 2 years, he can.
Because his team is stacked, and the way you got it, he would have to show me LeBron type leadership this year. On the court, talking, being vocal, saying the right things, not being emotional, not talking on a burner account, and then winning the championship. For me, for my opinion on him to change, because the way how he handles stuff is just like, it's never a talk about his ability. I just want to let you know. It's never a question on his ability. It's just more so his mindset and how he goes about things. That's why, personally, he can't be in the top 5 for me. Because when you talk about the top 5, yes, you're talking about their skills as a player, but you also talk about their leadership. When you think of Magic, when you think of Kareem, this is certain people's top 5. I'm not going to say my top 5. When you think of LeBron, when you think of Jordan, when you think of Bill Russell, I don't know. A lot of people don't talk about Wilt Chamberlain's leadership that much.
But you know, like half of those guys you just mentioned, demanded trades at the peak of
Yeah,
their
but
powers.
they did it way differently. Not LeBron. LeBron didn't.
LeBron, I said half. Not everybody,
Oh,
but half of those
yeah,
guys.
but the way how they handle themselves on the court and how they handle media and how they handle everything else, shits on how Kevin Durant handles stuff.
Man, I guess we could kind of jump around just because of the docket. We do got another basketball issue, but KD, if he wins a championship in the next 2 years, especially with the balance in the league, I'll say I'll feel better. It'll be more meaningful than his Golden State rings, and I'll say he can silence the doubters because now all eyes on you. We get it. You went to the playoffs hurt. It was a weird year. You didn't really have synergy with your teammates. If he can get a ring in the next 2 years, I'll forgive him, and he don't care if I forgive him or not. But I think from a casual basketball fan, you think about winning heals all. Because I can imagine him getting that Finals MVP and be like, "What y'all got to say now?"
I'm still gonna talk my shit against him.
Yeah, but before we even get to the next, let's just talk about the Knicks real quick. You know, we live on the rock. We're talking about Rudy Gobert trades. He fucked up the ecosystem. Teams wanting 7, 8, 9 picks, not caring about the players they getting back for All Stars. Now apparently Utah for Donovan Mitchell's asking for RJ Barrett. What do you think? Real quick hot take. You do it or no?
Yeah, Donovan Mitchell on the Knicks
For RJ Barrett.
Yeah.
So before they were taking Evan Fournier, they don't care about the
because RJ Barrett. I feel like RJ Barrett is not going to really come to himself until at least 2 or 3 more years. And in New York Knicks, you have the Knicks. You have to build up the hype on the Knicks, and Donovan Mitchell to the Knicks is going to build up the hype.
But RJ, he's homegrown. We can't say we've had too many homegrown players, and he's gotten better every year. I know we talk about the shooting percentage. Him and Stephen A. says it every day. Julius Randle and RJ Barrett never go right. RJ Barrett is 22 years old, or 20, however old he is. He just averaged 20 points in the league. And yes, he had a horrible shooting percentage, but did you see the Knicks last year? Them niggas, they didn't have creators. There was no space. At least now with Brunson, especially because they're not harping on the players, and I think that Utah doesn't want to pay because RJ's up for a rookie extension. I don't think RJ's worth $185 million right now.
No, not at all.
I don't think
not at all.
Do you think Utah wants to be in a position to pay that man $185 million? You're losing a player. Yeah, you would say I would take.
Yeah,
I wouldn't pay him because you're paying him for what?
Well, what else Utah has? If you trade Donovan Mitchell, you traded away Rudy Gobert already. Now you traded Donovan Mitchell already.
They're tanking,
who else
bro.
You have there to really promote as the next star of the Jazz?
It's not about the next star. It's about the draft. That's what they want. They want that that Wembanyama. That boy is a problem. Or Scoot Henderson. That next year's draft is loaded, and we'll probably maybe on Slick Talk I'll talk about it. This is getting me ecstatic. I'm kind of hyped now, but like I don't know. But you know what it is. I'm a draft guy. I've been an RJ Barrett fan since he dropped like 37 points against the Team USA when he was in high school. I think that you don't really get those kind of guys that, you know, he might not have, he doesn't jump 40 inches in the air. He's not a 45% 3-point shooter, but that boy plays his ass off and does whatever you want.
Oh, yeah.
And I feel like
definitely.
Donovan Mitchell's good, but then you're really, really like because if they trade RJ, they might trade Cam. Your wing position gets weak. You already traded Alec Burks. You already traded your Evan Fournier would have to be in the trade to make the money work. It's like, so you're going to start at 2 6'1" guards in the backcourt, and then your small forward is going to be 6'4", 6'5", hopefully. That's not a good look. You talk about Tibbs' defense. RJ might not be the best defender, but he's strong as shit on the defensive end. He's very fundamentally sound. So I don't know. But I don't know. RJ on the table hurts my heart. I guess we can go back because Diddy was talking his shit.
Yeah, he trolled and he won. Y'all keep forgetting who this man is. He knows the power of his influence. You think Diddy really meant R&B is dead now? He knew what the hell to get Black Twitter on go and get all these other R&B artists. Slick, we on this podcast been playing nothing but R&B music, talking about R&B artists for the last year on this podcast. Some of the best work, some of the best albums that have came out have been R&B records, R&B albums.
That's true.
How is R&B is dead, and how did y'all fools fall for that trap?
I'll interject. What R&B he's talking about versus what modern R&B is, I think he's talking about like the soulfulness of it. I think commercial R&B versus true R&B. And hear me out, see your face, but here's what I'm saying. Commercially, there's a lot of shit that they saying is R&B that's not. commercial R&B has kind of taken that trap, urban hip hop appeal and pushed that as to what an R&B artist should be putting out if they want to be played on the radio, if they want to be cross platform, right? But then we're gonna get to when we get to music. I'm playing it. That Tank album is special. You was right. That Chris Brown album, special. But you know what's something that those albums aren't doing? They're not selling. Giveon album, special. That didn't sell.
Giveon album sell.
It did like 40,000 first week, bro. It might have a consistent streaming numbers, but these even Beyonce, she did 300,000, which was the second best sales, and the record industry is changing. But then you're getting these hybrid artists singing, rapping. Rod Wave album is really good, 100-something thousand. Brent #2 album did 100-something thousand. Great.
Brent's R&B.
Brent is more. I feel like Brent is more new school hip hop infused R&B. Not like I'm a singer. I don't think can you name a Brent Faiyaz ballad?
He doesn't have that voice.
He doesn't have that voice. But I'm saying that's why I said it has that.
But you being a connoisseur of R&B that you are,
I would consider him R&B. But I'm
like, yes, popular like popular R&B is not popular like that. But just in far as just the matter of fact, we can't even say that because we had Ori Lennox, the definition of soul R&B, Pressure, #1 on the Billboard
on the R&B chart. It's not cross.
No, I think it was #1. Let me look it up. Let me get my facts right.
It's gonna say adult R&B or adult contemporary. It's not making
it was #1, and if she's not so.
What's the name of the chart? What's the name of the chart?
Let me look it up.
I does this, my brother. This is my section.
You keep talking. I'm looking it up.
I'm saying it's gonna be #1. Like you can get like Usher drop Bad Habit. Real niggas know that's R&B. That shit made no splash on the Hot 100. None of those are the charts that people look at to really quantify if your shit is moving. Because if you're popping on those charts, you're probably popping over. You can get a little Z100 spin or a little mainstream AC40 spin. It's tough.
Wait, hold on. It was first radio #1.
All right, so R&B radio, Rhythmic.
I don't know if it was R&B radio. It just said R&B.
Well, that's the thing.
And then on the Billboard Top 100, it went to 66, which is not bad for the top 100.
66 is not bad, but
48 with Unloyal with Summer Walker.
Okay, that's probably predicated off when the album drops. So a lot of songs like that, you're going to see when the album drops, like how Drake always gets the top 9 of the top 10 tracks. That's just based on when
he's just a GOAT.
But I'm just saying you're going to get inflation when the album drops. But R&B is dead. He's talking commercial. So you got commercial R&B versus traditional. And people came at him. Aaron Ray said something like, "Yo, you got to chill." Aaron Ray just dropped the R&B album, traditional R&B album too. But we have to be real with popular R&B. Even hip hop is not really hitting in the top 10s. Hip hop is still
most of the top 10s are popular music like Henry Style, Kate Bush, even Steve Lacy.
But the Future is still up there.
But that's just Future though.
I'm just saying Drake was up there.
And then you got Bad Bunny.
Nicki's #1 right now. Nicki just went #1 with Super Freaky Girl, which I still have. But I'm saying that's hip hop.
But that's because of Nicki though. That's not because that's just because she got a cult like following.
A lot of these R&B. Chris Brown has a cult like following. He didn't get a single in the top 40.
But we talked about this. We know the reason why Chris Brown is not. It's not because of the music. It's because of what he has done. They're not trying to. He even said it himself that award shows are still not booking him to perform at the shows. So when you talk about Chris Brown and his numbers, you gotta add an asterisk on it because there's multiple factors coming around why Chris Brown can't be in the top. It can't be in the top.
What about Jasmine Sullivan? What about
Jasmine Sullivan had one of the best albums when that album came out a year ago.
But how much is that reflected on in urban culture? How much is that? I think he's talking about the cross in the 90s.
No, I think it did well chart wise and style wise.
It probably has decent numbers. When you think about how the esteem that we have for that Jasmine Sullivan project, if this was early 2000s, she would have been plastered. All white people would know her. I think that's what he's trying to. That's probably the nicest way I can say it. He's probably trying to say is R&B, classic R&B, is not being consumed outside of our culture, and these charts and the mainstream popularity does not reflect our culture unless it's toxic.
I can't agree with that because of what is the time? What is popping right now musically? We know Afro beats is gaining a massive wave. It's starting to connect with white folks. It's starting to hit the white folks.
We have
white folks demographic. So that's starting to get a lot.
We have one white folk successful Afrobeat song, and that's Essence. Last didn't even do what it did for us in our culture.
No, but you have some other songs. You feel me?
You have Love Key. What's the whatever the by what's his name? Those are two. Yeah, those are two.
No, but what I mean right now, what's the climate for music right now? What's being popularized is Afrobeats.
But in the
next 2-3 years, you're gonna see more Afrobeat songs hitting the top 20. Now you also have I don't even know what you call Bad Bunny or Romeo Santos type of music. I don't want to sit here and say Spanish music because that sounds.
It's Spanish.
It's Spanish music, but I don't know the proper terminology what you put in the genre for that music.
Yes,
but you got that being the wave, and that's what's really connecting with that. And then you sort of have the poppy with the Doja Cats and all that.
Let me ask this question then. What's the last R&B project that had the world in a chokehold? And I'm not talking Justin Timberlake, Adele, because that's Blue Eyed Soul. That's different.
Oh, you saying Adele? Nah.
I didn't say she was R&B. I said she's Blue Eyed Soul. That's different. Adele has great vocal prowess, but she blue eyed and blonde hair, so she's already going to be played.
She fucking my guy Rich.
I'm not gonna front. She black. I fuck with Adele, but I'm saying she gets in. It's like the Eminem thing. Eminem is immensely talented, but no matter how crazy he's talking, he is still safer than Kodak Black. If that makes sense.
But that's been Eminem his whole career.
But
that's why
I'm not saying. See, you're taking it literal. I'm not saying they're not talented. I'm saying that when you're white and you enter these pockets, you're going to be more accepted than the people that originated the sound. So Adele is amazing, and that's what I'm saying. What's the last commercial R&B project that had the world in a chokehold for longer than a week?
SZA, Control.
I look at the numbers,
and I can make a case. For Summer Walker.
Longer than a week?
Over it. Longer than a week. Summer Walker over it. Has had people in the chokehold.
For all people, not just us niggas. That's the question.
Nah, they did. It did very well.
I don't know a single white person that sings Summer Walker. I don't know a white person.
Nah, look in them crowds when she over there can't, and she can't perform, and she doing her little two-step. There's white folks in there.
I don't know, a couple. I'm just saying. I think that's what Diddy is saying. Why isn't the real R&B?
But speaking of from a guy from Queens, 50 Cent, in his Breakfast Club interview, I think he's exactly right. Diddy doesn't know the sound of today's music. He always thinks of the past, especially when he brought up the Drake story with 0 to 100.
When he smacked that nigga, that shit was funny.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that to Drake. But it's exactly Drake. Saw the beat, heard the beat, and noticed, this is a smash hit. Diddy didn't know that. So I'm thinking Diddy's still thinking of the old.
I can't jack that.
And that's why a lot of the artists, that's why a lot of R&B artists now, especially even old artists like Usher, was telling him, like, bro, you're bugging the fuck out. R&B is in its thriving times right now.
Boom. I love Usher to death. Usher has not had a legit hit in like 5-7 years. His last 3 albums have done wood. I love those albums. They've done wood. And he's been doing R&B music. He gave up the pop. Remember, Usher used to chase the trends. Let's keep it a stack.
Oh, yeah. He
Usher
gave us that trap album with Future.
Usher, he tried, and that's when niggas was like, what are you doing? And then he went back into his R&B bag for 2 projects. Crickets. Matter of fact, I forgot. We over here. We got money. Where they at? I gotta find them. Wait. Crickets. And that's
Usher though. Usher is such a staple in the game. You can't use him like that because
how?
Whatever Usher gonna do is gonna do what it was. You feel me?
Yeah, and it did nothing. And that's
even though if the albums didn't do well, the singles on the album did okay.
They did well on adult or R&B. You know where I hear Bad Habits at? I go to a local bar. I'm not going to say the name of it because I don't want you motherfuckers fucking up my ecosystem. I go to a local bar with a jukebox. That's how you know this is. It's nothing but niggas. Niggas in there is only in there with Social Security. They are retired pimps, so they just got out of jail. Bad Habits plays in that motherfucker like it's the number one song in the world. Because old niggas appreciate that heartbreaking soul. And it was like but that's probably.
But he's not meant for the young. He's not meant for the young folks.
And that's another thing too. The young folks, contemporary R&B, the young folks aren't trying to hear all of that. It's, I love this bitch. She just broke my heart. I'm gonna drink this lean and shoot up her shit and da, da, da. It's future. It's the children of the future. And that's what I'm saying. He's saying it's R&B dead. Excuse me. Contemporary R&B, nah, it's not. But the people from the church, Alicia Keys doing 30,000 a week. All of the
Diddy just sound old as shit. Hey, bro, 90s R&B niggas standing outside in the rain with the boombox heading over, crying out for their girls. That era is over, bro. That era is
that's
over.
A good segue. We can definitely revisit this because Diddy and Jermaine Dupri are doing a non-versus hit for hit battle. Bad Boy versus So Diff in protest of how Triller has treated Swiss Beats and Timbaland. What you think? Who gonna win? Real quick.
Oh,
that shit gonna be crazy. That's
okay. Okay, so is it he can just play whatever records,
whatever they produce, whatever they wrote, whatever they own. 20 songs, probably more than 20 songs. It's not a versus, but it's
I'm from Brooklyn, so he has Biggie, so I have to possibly go. I'm going with JD, man, and fucking Diddy got Biggie over there. I feel blasphemous, right?
JD got Bow, he got Usher, he got that whole Atlanta sound, he got SWV. He got the Jonte Austin records.
He has other artists that we didn't even know that he has.
But then
he
Diddy got Biggie, Mary J, 112, fucking
G-Dep. Don't forget G-Dep. Black Rob.
Keith Murray.
Loom.
Fucking Mario Winans. Day 26. Diddy himself, his hits.
He didn't write them shits.
He did. We know he didn't. Diddy sounds like whoever you think Diddy sound like, that's who wrote the record. We understand that, but don't take away from the fact that he paid for it. It's like a girl with a fake butt. She paid for it. It's hers.
But JD is in the Writer Hall of Fame, so you gotta take. You just got to subtract.
Diddy a showman though. If it's a show like a concert, Diddy gonna hype that shit up.
Oh, but yeah. Performance wise, I got Diddy.
But if it's OG versus, we in a room and we on IG type shit playing our shit or however they got to do it. I don't know. It's a toss-up. But Jermaine got Mariah, Usher. Oh, my God. Mariah and Usher, baby?
That's why I'm saying. And he also got a little bit of Janet Jackson.
Got a couple Janet records. He got a lot of shit from the ATL when the ATL was at its peak, man.
And the thing about what Diddy don't really have too much of the up-to-date records like that. Jermaine Dupri has.
Still play. Hey, if I get caught cheat, I don't care what nigga that shit.
Then he has Arlie Lennox.
Mm-hmm. Oh. It's gonna be interesting. I gotta see the side by side. That might be.
Now speaking of old niggas, I have to mention this, bro, and it's gonna be real quick. Yo, Ginuwine, bro, what was that little leg shit you was doing out here?
Yo, you when they played it with the Quagmire sound. I was like, yo, what? That shit had me.
And the wig and this nigga really thought he killed some shit.
But
bro.
That's what Take said. Take said, nigga, just do the pony dance. You out here doing all those extra shit. You look like somebody's old ass uncle, light skinned ass Jerry Curl ass having uncle. It's like, you know your uncle used to get bitches, but now he got passing. Like, yo, I don't mess around, young blood. I'll take it from you. Like, please, with your bad.
And he had the perfect uncle outfit. The button down shirt just showing a little bit of the chest meat. A little slacks with the shoes.
He had the click clacks on. The click clack. He walked through the church. Everybody stopped. Even the preacher stopped to see what's happening. Like, hold on.
Nah, Ginuwine, bro. Nah, bro. That was disgusting. Fuck with Ginuwine. That was one of Go get the nasty award. Go get the nasty award and go stand on the corner, Ginuwine, because that was nasty.
Nah, Ginuwine got it, bro. That shit, he better than Kevin Gates ass. At least Ginuwine been doing this shit since he was younger. He just didn't realize that he about to be 50.
Yeah, and I ain't gonna lie. Kevin Gates, that nigga, bro. That nigga looked like he needed to go to jail or something. The way he was, any girl who want to be digged down like that, you got issues. You like being abused.
Yeah, let's play it real quick.
I'm putting dick all in your stomach, pull your head, slap your ass, bitch, you better not do no running. I say dick down, I dick you down,
Yeah, wow. I haven't watched it. That was my first time actually watching it. Wow.
And they pack it up. Pack that nigga.
Y'all light skinned niggas is down 1,000 right now.
Don't do that.
Y'all light skinned niggas is losing. Well, my dark skinned kings, we not wilding like that. We chilling. Make it last forever. That's what we doing.
Oh man, but quick. Not to we going real quick on the LeBron stuff. That Jamal Crawford shit. I can't believe Chet Holmgren
missing the season
out for the whole season off that shit, bro.
That's sad, bro.
Just to prove a point of Gordon the GOAT LeBron. Don't do that, young blood.
It was a freak accident. I think it sucks. Even they said it best. I wish it happened in Summer League and it didn't happen at the Pro-Am because now teams are probably going to be a little more reluctant because you have to ask permission to play in those. Teams are probably going to be very reluctant to allow their players, especially like young guys, to go play in those. And that's the best thing about the Pro-Am is that you're seeing these guys for relatively cheap, if not free. You know, DeJounte Murray made that appeal earlier in the summer, like, yo, guys, come out to the Pro-Am so these kids can see you that don't get a chance to go to games, you know? And I think people were overly excited. I think if they would have had a little bit more playing, they could have got a bigger space. Not saying that it would have protected the boy from getting hurt, but they said there was like slippery conditions in the court. It was definitely, you know, an overcrowding of the gym. They couldn't leave the door open because a lot of people, you tell me Bron's in the city, I'm trying to get in there.
Yeah, you're right. We could go on to the next topic.
All right. So I guess this kind of like twofold. First, going with celebrities, going back to Diddy, right? Talking about album sales and fan bases and names. Like, you got this idea about, you know, you got to cultivate your brand. Your brand is really how you're going to sell those albums. So going back to the R&B, like a lot of guys are going off their name, but they're not on Twitter. They're not on TikTok. They're not building that social equities. Hopefully that we can get that back so we can get a lot of talented artists to get their numbers up. And then also speaking of Diddy, PPP loans, they're coming for you unless you are a billionaire. So Diddy, Ho, Kanye, they actually took out PPP loans during the pandemic, and they have been forgiven. They don't have to pay them back. I know Diddy, I think they all took in excess of $2 million a piece to pay for their workers at their respective companies, and they are being forgiven. So damn, if you want to take a PPP out loan, you should have had more money, niggas, then stop lying. That's probably the best way to put that. And I guess before we get into Song of the Week, B sent this to me. I thought he was just being a delinquent and sending me a video of a girl giving head. Turns out it was Freddie Gibbs' girlfriend. Yes. And this is not the story. We are not slut shaming because we do not slut shame around these parts. But Benny the Butcher has been, as him and Freddie Gibbs have been locked in an intense beef recently. They used to put out music together no shorter than 2 years ago. But for some odd reason, when Freddie Gibbs was out in Buffalo, Benny the Butcher and his goons put the beats on him and stole his chain. Yes, you heard it right. He went to Buffalo and got buffed up. No pun intended.
After talking mad shit, by the way.
He was talking shit. Talk shit, get hit. We understand. But Benny the Butcher actually posted an Instagram video recently of him actually wearing the chain. So Freddie Gibbs responded and basically said something along the lines of, oh, I seen that video of you at your man's grave. Like, you about to join him soon. And they just been going back and forth. 2 40-year-olds beefing. We know it's hip-hop. People are saying we want y'all to get in the booth. But also at the same point, it's like, yo, why is it coming to social, like Twitter fingers? Have we not learned anything? And then you over here trying to expose his girl. Freddie Gibbs has said many times on his records, yes, his girl is a sex worker. He doesn't care. He's running the camera. She's bringing bread home. Me and B had a discussion earlier off wax. B said, damn, how you going to just tell the world my girl out here is fucking for money? And I was like, well, technically, he probably don't care because he out here fucking these girls on the road. And would you rather your girl be fucking in private, or would you rather be fucking for a check and bringing it home and paying some of his light bills?
That's right.
So it's definitely, hopefully this can be resolved peacefully, but I don't know the way this is going. Benny the Butcher made mention of how his foot doesn't work since he got shot properly. And Freddie Gibbs posted a video of him actually showing that both of his feet work. So as comical as this is, we know rappers that are gangster or portray that gangster lifestyle, these stories never ever end right. So hopefully they can find peace and resolve this.
Yeah, they're too old for that. Give that shit up. You want to go to the Song of the Week?
Yeah, you want to do yours first?
No, you can go ahead.
All
right. So that was our Song of the Week. If you want to listen to our previous Song of the Week, you can go to our Apple Music playlist and go check it out. But that's not what you're here for. You're here for the people's choice, the people's favorite, Slick
Drop it.
I can be toxic, but so what? You gonna love it here. Shit, fuck is you talking about? We have fun over here. It's very fun here.
And it's fun indeed. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the TSA, the Toxic Service Announcement. And this episode, we are joined by a special guest. We got Hershey Kisses in the building. Clap it up for her, Slick.
Hey, y'all.
What's going on? Hershey Kisses, how you feeling? How you living?
I'm good, chilling. How y'all doing?
Good. You ready for the TSA? You ready to get a little, this is a safe space for toxicity?
I guess so.
All right. So you know how this goes. You can go to our Patreon to go listen to our extra toxic topics or our Light Skin Radio, which is going to drop very soon. But you know how it goes. We're going to do 2 topics for this episode. All right. We're going to play a little toxic roulette because she said she didn't really have a topic to talk about. So we're going to randomly. All right. Let's do a little silly one first. Slick.
Let's go.
I have a would you rather. Would you rather cheat on your partner or snitch on your best friend?
What they do?
Ooh,
What they do?
right. I think it depends.
If you snitch on your best friend, they going to jail. I don't know what the crime though, but they're going to go to jail
For like a day? For like a weekend?
Right. Like, I really think it depends on the context.
All right, let's do murder. Let's make this a little extra spicy. Murder. 25 to life.
Oh, you say best friend, like my day one best friend. I was like, I met you.
I have to agree. There's levels to this.
I'll say like my best.
As you know, as many know, I'm part of the Faithful Black Men Association. Black men don't cheat. I'm sorry, Slick. Okay. You're gonna have to do 25 to life, bro.
You wouldn't get a little bit of pussy, so I can't go to jail. That's fucking crazy.
Black men don't cheat.
That's fucking crazy.
Okay, sir.
I was like, damn.
I feel like murder that's a long time.
They did it. Like, they did it.
Right. I'm saying, like, is there evidence? Like,
how strong is the case?
Your evidence, you snitching is gonna put them away. You're gonna be the key test.
I'm a key witness.
Yes.
I got to cheat on my girl in order for them not to go to jail.
Yes, you will have to take one for the team. You will have to go.
So I got to lose for him to win?
A sinful thing as
adultery.
Go and take someone. Yes, adultery is taking someone else's flesh.
Shit, what is it? What is this ancient Roman shit? Murder.
You have to go. You got to go meet to meet.
What?
Oh, someone else. What you talking about?
Hey, hold on, wait a minute now. I don't know what you speak.
He said it. I'm trying to get clarification.
Oh shit, I don't know. I love my girl. I don't know if I'm a cheat, but murder, that's tough. Like that's like wow. Like,
yeah, I can't
look a nigga. I can't look a nigga mama.
Wait for Harat though. You know, you got a good friend group. Your friends are dope.
I know. Murder, I just feel like, I don't know, it sucks to suck, but truthfully, I might have to snitch. I don't know if I could live with that on my heart. Murder is pretty big. Now, if you would have said they stole something,
yeah, they were scamming.
Times is hard.
PPP loans.
You feel me? Like, times is hard. I'm never going to press you for that. But murder? Oh.
Like shit.
I'm gonna have to tell.
All right, wait. Let's probably do a gun charge. What's a gun charge in New York? Probably like what, 5 to 7 years?
Depends on what kind of gun and how much.
Right, and what they did. Like,
the intention.
Just possession of a firearm.
Like they found one in your crib or your car, you might get like 2 to 4, depending. Well, 2 to 4, you be good, my nigga. You come back.
Like yo, Slick, you don't come back, Aki.
Yeah,
you feel
like
me?
I said, I'm just fuck that. But then that's like, shit, they gonna try to play with you. But that's the scary part. That's one of my biggest fears.
Yo,
that's one of my biggest fears.
Oh my goodness.
I'm not gonna lie, my mother scared me. She used to be like, I'd be like, yo, you don't buy McDonald's, I'm gonna call ACS. She's like, yeah, they gonna take you to people that play with your butt. So since then, that's been one of my scariest things. I was
not your mother was telling you that.
My mother told us, my aunt told us, my grandmama told me this. God bless her.
No.
So I was like, shit, I don't play that butt play stuff. So I feel bad putting that on somebody else. It depends. My girl got me mad right around the same time. Like, can I justify this? Like, look, babe.
I mean, no, you cannot justify
cheating on your partner though. You feel me? Like, you know, as long as they don't know, it won't hurt them, right?
Nah, you know, girls be sniffing that shit out. They smell it on you.
Right. I
had a dream last night and it was a fish. That means you cheating with a
okay. See, a fish means something completely different. So
no, fish means you pregnant. But yo,
right.
you hit the nail on the button, Slick. Yo, they be having dreams. You be having a nice dream. They wake you up out of that shit and be like, yo, why you was with that bitch? And you be like, wait, you had to calculate in yourself like, what was I doing the other day? Was I really with someone? You feel me? And that whole time, matter of fact, you know the worst part about that is when they have a dream and then they wake up the next day with an attitude and they start just giving you mad attitude for no reason. And now you sitting there for a while trying to figure out what the hell you did wrong.
I mean, because why did you do that wrong in the dream? Like, why were you playing around in her dream?
That was a manifestation of your subconscious. That has nothing to do with me. He was mad about something.
See, are you sure?
You probably saw something I liked on Twitter, or something I said in this joke, or overheard me talking crazy on the game, and you took it from A to Z.
Okay, see, you said talking crazy on the gram. Why was you doing that? Why was you talking crazy on Twitter?
What? Cause that Twitter fun. I ain't going for it.
See, it's because y'all like to play that y'all be getting yourselves in these situations.
I was on Twitter the other day, and it was a video of this old dude, and it's like the video. Remember when Meg was twerking to the New Orleans bounce music?
Oh yeah,
I retweeted that shit, and I was like, "Ooh, I'm gonna catch a side eye for this," because I just knew because the shit was funny. It was funny because he's like, I'm gonna take you to beach show back university. He's like, I like shit and I needs it. I was like, that shit funny. Sometimes if I laugh, I want other people to laugh.
Nah, you know you're gonna be like, you was looking at
exactly. you know exactly what's about to happen and you did it anyway.
No.
Trying to act.
I see. Look,
y'all be trying to act.
You gotta have a rationale. My rationale was, I seen that video a month ago. If I wanted to post it, I would have been posted it. I was laughing at the content.
But that's a lot of things we gotta talk about. Don't judge me off my social media presence. Like I be on Twitter just liking and matter of fact, Hershey Kisses, you actually text me about something I retweeted before.
I sure did, because you was wilding out with that post. Wow. I came across it and some girl what was it again? Like she swallowed a ball and it like came out of her private area.
The stripper magic trick. Yeah. The stripper magic trick. Now that's talent. That's talent.
That's freaky.
It's talent.
I'm supporting black women. You see that? You hating it.
Let me tell you something.
I might have been able to see
this
that
how I
the
know
pink.
Y'all don't have no shame, because Twitter's gonna tell us what you liking and all of these things, and here y'all are liking these kinds of magic tricks.
For your information, I didn't like it, and my other video I didn't like it either. I retweeted. It's different.
What's the difference?
I retweeted it. I want other people to see. I openly allow people to see the filth that I wasn't taking.
I'm promoting business over here. You don't know she's a magician. She's a talented artist. She can be booked at shows, bachelorette parties, bachelor parties.
I'm about to say I gotta defend myself. Now I gotta find the tweet because that shit was funny as hell.
Nah, I'm sending it to you right now.
But I'm gonna play it on the podcast because this shit was hilarious. Hold on, here you go.
Oh my goodness!
And that's Megan Thee Stallion.
Listen to it.
I'm talking to one person, and that's one person only, and that's Megan Thee Stallion. And I want you to know, Megan, not only do I want you, but I need that. You understand? I need that, and I'll suck on your ass like a goddamn neck bone, motherfucking pig's foot. I need that. I want that. And baby, just take a little time and come and visit Backbeaters University. And I introduce you to some shit.
You did not play this in front of your girlfriend.
I retweeted it. Everybody's seen it.
I would be offended.
Why?
I was laughing.
Oh, wait. As a woman, Hershey Kiss, you saw that Megan Thee Stallion twerk video. That didn't make you feel no type of way? Even though I know you don't swing that way, then you be like, you know what? I could go for her.
I'm crying. I mean, you got to do a double take. Like, let's be honest. Like, Meg is Meg. And that thing's moving.
And I
especially when she just did that.
But I didn't.
Especially when she did that Sailor Moon stuff in Tokyo. Come on now.
You gotta send you the video because the video is a split. So it's like I'm not even paying attention to her in the video anymore. I'm laughing at the old dude because he was dead ass serious. I'm like, that's funny. If that gets a dream, if that manifests a dream, I take it. But I'm like, I don't got no chance with Meg. I'm a regular person. I'm not 6'4" and bro. I'm not picking her up and swinging her around. I have not a chance.
And you're not registered with a gun, so it's like,
oh shit! Wow,
right.
Wow.
Here we go.
You just can't go a week without almost getting us canceled. That's what it sounds like.
Right.
That was wild. Anyways,
It was right there.
It was.
It was right there.
Well,
Can
yeah.
I not take the shot? Oh shit!
Wow. Wow. Okay.
Right.
All
You
right,
see how you digging a hole?
All right, Brezzy Lanes. Good job. Anyways.
Okay. All right, let's go to the next topic.
Nah, fuck that. I want to stick about this dream shit. Wait a minute. I'm just saying.
What do you want to know? If you acting up in real life, it's gonna come up in their dreams, and when they wake up, they're gonna want to fight.
No, because it take y'all a while to tell us about this dream. Because now you sitting there the whole entire day fixing up the house. You over here making sure everything is clean,
Singing
polished.
Mary J. Blige and shit and Babyface records.
and she's still giving you the mean look, and you sitting here really thinking to yourself like, yo,
what did I do?
We was good. We was laughing. I took you out to eat.
Yo, you know what's worse?
No.
The worst part is like, as a nigga, even if you know you ain't doing shit, you're like, shit, what did I possibly? I did like that. Fuck. Wait, hold on. I was at the bar. Nah, I can't know. Wait,
yo,
you really?
And you start snitching on yourself too.
Like,
you start coming to her like, you know, I'm sorry, I like that picture on Instagram. Then she be like, oh, what picture? You be like, oh, damn.
Exactly, and that's exactly why we do it, because you snitch on yourself.
Sounds like manipulation.
You snitch on yourself. Is it manipulation or is it just your guilty conscience?
Gaslighting.
Yeah.
Gaslighting.
Are we?
Yes.
Are we? Maybe we're just trying to figure out how best to tell you that we had this dream and now we want to fight. But you so paranoid because you know you did something a little testy that you start admitting to
Why does it go that far? Why is it? I had a dream and I want to fight.
Slick. I'm on to them, Slick. I'm on to them, Slick. They know that they're crazy. So instead of telling you,
crazy is a strong word.
Oh, you fucking up. You can't say that. You can't say that. You can't say that.
Oh, okay. They mentally disabled.
Don't do that.
You can't say that
Don't
either.
do that.
That's another one you can't say.
That's a throwback to the last week episode. If y'all listen to the last week episode, but you know, I'm on to y'all. Y'all just know that it won't sound great coming out like I had a dream that you cheat on me. So instead, you wait until we start confessing to you, so you can pick one thing and add on the dream on top of it. And have us apologizing. I'm on to
that
y'all.
makes sense. Was once you snitch, that's why I had that dream. Bitch, that's what you was mad at.
Look, like I said, if it's on your heart and you got to start admitting to stuff without me even saying anything,
but we not even
that's more of a you problem.
But we not even admitting to nothing that we see as bad. We admit this stuff that we just like, damn, how did this make her feel? Like, shit, I'm probably giving you a bunch of threes.
Right, but that's why you admitting and apologizing, right? Because not necessarily that you may, like, you should be empathizing with your partner, right? Like, it may not make sense to you, but at the end of the day, they felt bad about it. Or they would feel bad about it, and now you admitting to it. Because maybe they didn't know. You feel what I'm saying?
Like, damn, I should have never said excuse me to this girl when I walked past the bar. Damn, now I'm in trouble.
Exactly. Why you ain't just brush past them?
So Shorty said hi to me today, and I said hi back. Oh, I'm in trouble.
That ass. The waitress smiled to put her hand on your shoulder. Fuck. It's over.
Okay, but see, that's not weird. In the age of COVID, why is you touching me or my man?
Oh, you know what thing that be gave me tight is when they mocking the girl, but like, oh, you said have a nice day.
You look a happy ass bitch. They be OD. You be saying,
all right, that's not
because as a nigga, we can't get that off. Guys can't get that off. If a guy that is flirting with you, you bring it to your girl, 8 times she's gonna look at you like you crazy. Like, boy, please.
Facts.
You think? So you feel like do y'all like approach your women when you feel like there's somebody that's flirting with them in front of you? Do you say something about it?
Hell yeah. I'm petty. We gonna even these licks out. Like, hold on, shorty. This nigga doing a little too much. Nah. Yes.
Girls are naive.
Yeah, they're not. They play the naive card. That's like the most like
play.
Yes.
Ooh,
oh my God.
Tell me more.
No, you're just overreacting, babe. He wasn't really meaning it like that. I'm a nigga. I know exactly.
I know the move. I bagged your ass with that move.
Come on, man. Why are you acting childish for? You know damn well he trying to offer you something. Why you doing?
He trying to slide his Instagram on a napkin or something. Like, I understand. Get it?
Not the Instagram.
And then y'all be wondering why we be upset with y'all. But
our threshold be a little bit higher though. We don't have dreams. Be like, all right, I'm gonna solve this.
I will give that to y'all. I do think that men's patience can sometimes be a little bit higher with this kind of stuff. But that's because, like, if we, like, anybody who's too friendly is too much with our partners. At least for me. Somebody being too friendly with my man, I'm going to have to say something.
I respect it.
At the end of the day, yeah. So I think there's levels, though, right? There are people that I feel like are a bit extreme. And then, you know, there are people like me who are a little more calm and just got to make sure that they state that they're uncomfortable. You know, it's all about communication, I feel like.
You're right. I'll give you that. But let's go to this last final topic. Since you here, you know, Hershey Kisses, you're a mature person that I respect. And you're in a happy, loving relationship.
I am.
I want to discuss you. So you heard of the 5 love languages, correct?
I have, yes.
Have you heard of the 5 apology languages?
I have not.
Ooh, okay. Let me push you on to this. Okay. So, and to coincide the 5 love languages, the 5 apology languages are expressing regret, accepting responsibility, making restitution, genuinely repenting, and requesting forgiveness. So with that, how would you want to be apologized in a relationship? Because so much in relationships, you know, it's some ups and downs. And sometimes when you do occur an obstacle in the relationship, it's kind of hard. Sometimes we sweep it under the rug because we know we enjoy being together. And then sooner or later, those things under the rug start to become bigger things. And that ends up triggering you. And because a lot of your partners don't know how to apologize, and you don't know how to accept apologies, so on. So in your relationship, what is important when you in an issue, and how do you resolve it, and what type of apology language will be efficient for you?
Can you run that back to me one more time? Okay. I feel like I have a few. It depends, but
expressing regret, which is like the simple act of saying I'm sorry. That's just a simpler way. The second one is accepting responsibility. It occurs when someone earnestly admits they are wrong to do what they did. Okay. 3, making restitution. So include finding a way to correct the situation. 4 is genuinely repenting, which requires a change of behavior. And then 5 is requesting forgiveness, which allows the other person time to process their hurt before assuming everything is back to normal.
Okay. I would say...
I mean, you don't have to align to one of those 5 yet because you just find that out. But just in general, to you, when something happens, how would you want your partner to apologize to you? Or what works for you?
I would say that I think the first step, I don't remember the specific term you used, but like just acknowledgement and like saying that you're sorry.
Expressing regret.
Just because, like I mentioned earlier, I feel like sometimes, even if you may not fully agree with what it is that made the person upset, you know, people have their different viewpoints. The fact of the matter is that that person is upset, right? Like by whatever it is that you did or said or whatever the case may be. So understanding how that person feels, which, you know, kind of will come through conversation, I think is a big one for me. And then depending on what actually happened, I would say that like change is the next one for me. Because everybody makes mistakes, you know, and a lot of times, at least with myself, like it can be, you know, somewhat difficult to express things that bother me. Like that's something that I'm getting comfortable with too, just as a person, is really talking about those things instead of jumping straight to anger, right? So being vulnerable and having those conversations, like, is already a big step for me. So what I would then want to see is like change behavior, right? Like we can't let that happen again, because at that point we're moving into a pattern that's not going to get us anywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So those 2 that you just expressed is expressing regret. And then the second one is genuinely repenting. So those are your 2 apology languages.
Yeah. Those would be my biggest ones.
Now,
but I feel like all of them are like,
obviously,
you know, things I would look for,
but if you are a fan of this podcast, you already know which one I'm picking. Accepting responsibility. Oh my God. Oh yeah.
Okay, but like, can you explain that? Or
I'm about to get in my bag. Hershey Kisses,
okay.
let me get in my bag. I'm about to get in my duffel. I think my number one pet peeve, it's just in life in general, is people not being accountable for their actions. Just accountability overall. You find a way to avoid taking blame for whatever the issue is. Now, granted, I am in belief of two people can have a hand in a situation and two people have some responsibility, that can accept responsibility in a situation. But, and for my past relationship and other relationship I have seen, accepting responsibility has always been the biggest issue. And that's why accountability is high on my dating list, because it's kind of like, I know me, I'm gonna push through because because me liking someone a lot it takes a lot for me to like someone a lot. So when I am with someone, I might forgive certain things, but I have learned over the years that that's the sweep under the rug stuff, and that's what triggers. So I realized as I got older that I have to resolve things thoroughly, or subconsciously I don't want to say hold grudge, or it can always be in the back of my head. So it's like, accountability is a must for me. It's a must.
I feel that. I definitely feel that.
What happened? What am I?
Oh, good Lord Jesus.
Mine are probably somewhere between, making restitution and genuinely repenting. So I need to see, like, we deal with it. Like, I need to see that, like, your words don't mean shit to me. I guess you could put. I work with kids all day. They tell you something. They tell you one thing and then go do the other thing, right? So
it don't mean shit.
Words don't mean much, because it's like at the end of the day, you could say something and then, oh, okay, but then go right back to doing what you were doing. So definitely, I think, you gotta make restitution and, genuinely show me that you're sorry, genuinely repenting, because I think that's like going off what B said. Once you like somebody, it's hard to really turn that off, but you also have to. You can't just sweep it under the rug. Like, okay, you said sorry, it's over. Moving forward, it's like, nah, because these things, sometimes things cut deep and you don't even realize they cut deep till you find yourself in like a situation where the straw breaks the camel's back, for lack of better words, right? So I'm definitely thinking those are my two primary ones that I would focus on for my apology languages.
I definitely add change of behavior, repenting as the secondary one. Because I think that would probably fall. I think most people will align with that one, because words don't really mean stuff anymore. How many times have, like, we know girls or guys who've been in a relationship, oh, baby, I'm going to change. I'm not going to cheat on you no more. And then go around and cheat on you again.
You out here quoting Tyler Perry?
Yeah, Tyler Perry movie. You feel me? It's for any Tyler Perry movie, you already see that. So a change of behavior is a must. Because if we have to continue talking about this same thing,
or the same action continues to happen over and over again,
then we align of there's a lack of respect in a relationship when it comes to that.
Once that's, and a lot of the shit, like we said, a lot of the flaws in a relationship come from the ego. It comes from selfishness. It comes from just, thinking that you're more important than you individually are more important in a relationship, in which in a way you are, but the way that you go about things can be detrimental not just to yourself but to those around you. So I think those two definitely make the most sense in terms of like what you want to see. Because again, like we said, words don't really mean that same episode. Words don't mean shit.
So then I have a question, right? If we're going back to like the change behavior and all of that. Mm-hmm. So say, they change for a little while, you end up having to have the conversation again. Because this time, for whatever reason, the same situation has gonna come up, but like in a different kind of way, if that makes sense. Like, it's still ultimately the like root of the issue is still there, but like just kind of seeping through other actions that are happening. So like basically, how many times is too many times to have the same conversation?
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. It really depends on what it is. Now, cheating is one time.
Right?
Cheating is one time.
Oh, one time. So you're not a quick cutter offer, is that?
No. I think as I'm getting older, some of my childish thoughts of like just typical things in relationship is kind of diminishing, to give or take.
People make mistakes. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, everybody makes mistakes. And also it depends on what type of cheating. You feel me?
The type, okay. We're gonna have to get into that a little bit because like
there's different types of cheating.
He said if there was mouth involved, it's a no go.
Yeah. Because the first thing I'm gonna ask if it's a sexual cheating, did you suck his dick? Now if you didn't, then Lord Jesus, I don't know if I could bounce back.
I mean, a lot of apologizing though is definitely.
It's gonna take the Bible, the Quran. What the Jewish people have? The menorah.
The menorah. It's not called the menorah. Move on.
Wow. But no, I think a lot of apologizing and acceptance, a lot of that falls on the person that was hurt, right? So your maturity level, your understanding of it, you have to I think one of the 5 apology languages talks about accepting responsibility for what role you may play. I think that's something that definitely goes on the wayside. Yes, there are people that just do things just for their own sake, and people don't deserve it. But to that end, there's also little roles that play in a lot of situations, such as not being as supportive, not being as, open, not being as, I don't know, spontaneous or things like that. There are flaws that people have that they bring into relationships they don't realize can have a negative impact on their partner and make them look outside of them, right? So I think you also have to take that acceptance, and you can have a genuine apology or make genuine amends. But if you also feel like you ain't do shit, it's yo, well, fuck it. If you suck dick, it's over. Bye, babe.
All right. So let me give a lot of examples. So obviously for cheating, one time type of thing, but it's sort of I want a situation of maybe telling your business.
Or calling you broke in front of her girlfriends and it comes out or something like that, or
or just telling your girls about me going through, or spilling the beans. I would possibly take a handful of time of that, depending on what you say. Because then and then it comes down to how is our communication? Because am I transparent with my boundaries with you? Did I tell you all the boundaries that I do not want you to cross? And did you tell me all the boundaries that you don't want me to cross? Maybe I didn't initially tell you exactly. Now, when you say something like this, that crossed one of my boundaries. So now if you did that and you crossed this line and you crossed that line, maybe you didn't know that boundary exists. So maybe I'll let that slide because you didn't know that I never expressed that to you. And that can get in, and I can see myself giving a person a couple of tries because I think I'm still learning more about my boundaries as I'm getting older. So maybe in year 3 of our relationship, I might acquire a new boundary that I forgot to tell you, or one of my boundaries changed. So I might be more forgiving on that.
Okay. Now, in the terms of that example, though, what if she's just going, to her friends to talk, to make sure that she's not bugging before she talks to you, right? Because she wants to have a conversation with you, but maybe it's something that she's torn on talking about because,
you gotta know,
maybe it's not a big deal.
You gotta know which one of your friends you could talk to versus which one of your friends is gonna leak your shit. It's
you going to your whole friends or your friend in a relationship. You gotta let me know which one of the friends you're going to for advice. Because sometimes y'all be having whole friends that be giving y'all some trash ass advice.
You gotta call it over. I think guys and girls do this. Sometimes you just go to the person that's going to echo what you want to hear versus keeping it real with you. So I think that you go to the person that's just automatically going to be on your side, not check you, but challenge you. Well, I can see why, I get your point, but I can understand why this person felt that way. Then you kind of get that balance to it versus now everything's skewed. Keisha said you ain't shit. Now I said this. No, I don't even.
And also, I've never been a fan of too many hands in the pot. I feel like in a relationship, I'm really limited to who I tell my problems to, because I don't want too many people hands in the pot in a relationship. I think that's a lot, especially in this day and age, and that's why I don't really like the whole going to social media about your problems, especially in a relationship, because then you bring in the public involved, and that can sway a lot of things in your head. And a simple conversation could have solved the problem, but now that you brought out to everyone, not only your girlfriend's going to see it and hit you up about it, but now you're going to see all the thirst buckets who've been waiting for a nigga like me to fall off in your DMs talking to you. So now you're getting validation from them, and now you might not try to adhere to what I'm saying, and then that creates a lot of issue, and that just spirals down a hill right there.
That's a big thing though, because I say I was saying it like the last 25 episodes. So black people especially use social media for therapy, but we don't realize a lot of people is just on there as miserable as us, you know, just trying to, you know.
That is a fact.
So it's like you getting all this extra stimulus when it's like, yo, talk to, like, I prefer at this point you go talk to your homegirl, you go call your mama or somebody, call somebody that's gonna really listen and offer solid advice. You might get one or two people, like B said. You're going to see a lot of people that just want to take shots, interject, make it about them, try to see if they can catch you on the way down. Like, that's just for men and women. That's why I was like, shit, social media, that shit is, like I said in the opening, I was like, I literally just log out of that shit. I go on for a couple minutes, see whatever I want to see. Like, I found that video, log right out, because I'm like, it's too much just right there. It's just not good for you.
I agree with that. And I would jump again because y'all hit on something that I was thinking about too. So, like, let's move away from friends, because I know friends are like sometimes like a touchy subject when it comes to, like, you know, who you communicate your problems in your relationship with. But what about your family? Right? Like, how comfortable are y'all with, like, your significant other talking to their family about, you know, problems that you have? Because just in my own personal experience, you know, I'm very close to my family, like very, very. So it don't, like, whether it's my relationship, I'll let her know you said that. Whether it's my relationship, my friendships, whatever, like, you know, I'm having conversations with my mom, my sister, you know what I mean, just bouncing ideas off of them. For me, I know that they would tell me if I'm wrong, right? But, like, say you do have that, your significant other or something has that family member who is just like, you know, F that man, and, you know, you right, and they got to deal with it. They need to grow up, all this other stuff. Like, what do you do in that situation?
Oh, you asked a good one, and I guess I have to be transparent with this one. Oh man, you know, as a person from Caribbean household, I ain't gonna hold you. Fuck family. I'm gonna tell you that now.
Yikes.
Not too much though, because I feel like at least for me personally, a lot of my family members still have like old Caribbean ways, and it is not very animal for what I'm going through in life right now, in my opinion. So I possibly there's a few, but the family members that I will go to are basically born and raised in America, so they have like sort of the same thing. So I don't really count towards them, but like as far as like aunts, uncles, and all that, they come from a real traditional standpoint, and my views doesn't really align with them, so I typically wouldn't go to them.
Good answer. I don't know. It depends. I probably won't go that far in depth, but that's because I don't really like talking about my feelings and stuff unless it's with my therapist.
Oh, shout out to Dr. Asia Jones. She made me be more transparent in here. You feel me? Get to her. You heard? Yeah. Black female therapist.
Yeah, if I told anybody, it'd probably be my mom's, just because she keeps it real. She tells me when I'm fucking up, so that's definitely who I would go to. But most of the times, I try to like just take it. You know, I'll run to a book before I run to like just openly broadcasting what's going on with me.
Oh, I go to music.
To a book. That's a good one.
I go to music, light skin radio. Sometimes y'all be thinking I be in my bag. Some editions, not all of them.
Nah, music don't be going. That when that Future album came out, I was in a bad spot, nigga. You remember?
What?
I was wild.
Oh goodness gracious! Not Future.
I ain't gonna hold you. I know Summer Walker was shitting on niggas, but that shit got me through. What? that Over It album?
Yeah, no, that shit was fire. But what? Yeah, I'll definitely run to a book. I think it's just safer.
Now that Ginuwine album, I ain't gonna hold you. Ginuwine was speaking on that latest album because I'm like trying to be.
That shit toxic as fuck, nigga. You a wild.
Yo, like I'm just listening to this like he can't be serious right now.
Hey, I gave Summer Walker and Ginuwine. Let me live.
Two of the most toxic albums out. Whatever, nigga.
Oh, that was a good question, Hershey Kisses. Do you have anything else?
Not really.
What? But you know, you see how we do the balance of ratchetness and righteousness here. You feel me? You gave you a little bit, and then we gave it back a little mature and reel it back in. All right, but I think that's a good enough time. Thank you for coming on to our TSA, the Toxic Service announcement. You know, you big money now. You feel me? I ain't going, you know.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Come on now. Clap it up for her, Slick. You heard?
I'm crying.
You feel me? I'm not going to include her IG bio in the description of this episode because I don't want none of you thirsty niggas in her DM trying to get at her because she's in happening relationship with my guy. Shout out to him though. You feel me? But you know how this goes already. Please follow us on all social media at This Might Not Go Well. If you're any branded deals, business opportunities, please email us at thismightnotgo@gmail.com. I'm the host with the most, B Breezy, aka Poppy Sazon.
Your boy Slick, and we out of here, y'all. Y'all be great.
Take out.
Bye, y'all.
Just take the beats.
Try to tell them we up next, you can't stop that. This your favorite podcast. Every show is lit, baby. You know what we finna do. Slick gon' talk that slick talk, he gon' get political. Do not switch topics, niggas is toxic. Poppy shots don't always saying something wrong, but if you don't like it, what we saying, nigga, oh well. We try to tell you, baby, this might not go well. This might not go. Hey, that's it. One take. We're not even doing it again. Keep that. That's the one.